channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So I am, no surprise, moving on with the next day, and the next day is day 11. I am so excited on this crafting journey. I have no clue what this will be, so you'll be as surprised as I am. So let's open up day 11. I'm hoping you're enjoying the series. I'm having a lot of fun. So let's see. Let's chat soon. We'll make a great pair. I heard it's your birthday. I'm here for you. Okay. So looks like these are. It's a stamp set. Okay. We haven't seen that in a minute. So here we go. Okay, a lot I can do with that. Of course, you know where my brain is right now. I'm thinking heat embossing. So that's probably what I'm going to do, is heat emboss these with some black ink and clear embossing powder, because that's what I typically do with these. Okay. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to stick it on. Okay, let me think about that. Well, let's get the heat embossing done first. And then I'll pull that in, and then I'll think about, as I'm heat embossing these, what I'm going to stick it on. All right, I'll be back. Let me pull together some supplies, and I'll show you what I got. So I am back. So I'm going to use a stencil. I use this stencil for day 7. I'm going to use this stencil on this tag I found in my stash. So they're going to go perfect right here. And then I'm going to stamp one of these sentiments on there. Maybe I'm here for you. That kind of works. Okay. But while I've got everything out, I am going to do a couple of these. And what I am going to try to do, I've never stamped with Lisa Horton's inks before, so I'm going to try this one. I just picked this one. For the butterfly, I'm going to use some Gina K inks. I realized I did not swatch these out, so I don't know what's the darkest of the dark. I don't know how these are going to do, but I'm thinking blue butterfly. I picked what I had. So this is from Gina K. I usually use Altenew, but I decided I was going to try that. I have some VersaFine ink to heat emboss. I've got my clear heat embossing here. I got my Misty. I've got my embossing powder, which is it's the clear. It's a super fine clear gloss. So I'm going to use them on both. I don't know. I'm going to see. I've got my heat gun. And I've got my little Hody tool, and I'm just gonna, first I'm gonna experiment, because hey, why not? Because got nothing else to do. So here we go on day 11. So first I'm gonna experiment with Lisa Horton's. Let's see, her Cloud 9 pigment ink. I'm just gonna see what it looks like. I've never done that before. I'm going to try to do these as a group, so we'll see. And then I've got some plain old, just some white, from my stash. So nothing major here, just something out of my stash. And when I do, well, let me do it this way. Let's do it this way. I try very hard. Very, very hard not to get the anti-static powder on the grippy mat on my Misty, because it does make it hard to grip. It just makes it gritty, and I try very hard. So I'm doing this off camera, so you can't really see me do it. So I'm just dabbing that on and putting it on. That'll help with the that up there, and go there. So we'll get this moved over there, put it right here. Since this is a new day 11, just gotta remember what day I'm on. Since this is a new stamp, it has to be seasoned. But I'm gonna try my darndest. Not sure how successful I'm gonna be. To keep them all in one spot. We'll see. Okay. There we go. See if I can make that work. But I don't know. Because they're really on this release paper. They're really on their good fashion, as my granddaddy would say. God rest his soul. My dad and my granddad are long since departed. I do miss my granddad. I was telling my husband the other day, I was talking about him. I said, you know, my granddaddy had a saying when we were little. He was going to Halifax. He was always going to Halifax. Could never figure out why he said that. My dad said he took he was on a train. He's not sure what he did on the train, but he did something with the railroad, and he was always traveling around the country. And he always said he's going to Halifax. Okay, I think I got that backwards. So yeah, I think is it right? Okay, let me make sure it's right. Because something doesn't seem right, so we'll just redo it. I'm talking to you and not paying attention. Okay. I think I did it backwards on there, but we'll do it this way. I just want to make sure I have enough room in case I have to cut these bad boys out. I'm hoping I have some sentiment strips that will work with this, so I can get some. No, I didn't bring my little swipey tool. Okay, that's better. All right, so if you have new, and you probably can't see these, let's put them right behind there. Maybe you can't. If you have new stamps, you have to kind of season them so that they can take the ink really well. No, don't use that. I usually have a microfiber cloth next to me, so I guess I moved them. Don't know where I'm. Oh, here they go. I usually like to use a microfiber cloth. It's a lot quicker. Then you can rub it with your finger. And I think I've said that before. You can rub it, use your finger. You can use an eraser. Oh, crumb snatcher. Okay. I have no idea. I just moved it out the way. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay, that looks good. That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine, as we say at work. Yeah, I just don't want to. Okay. So let's take some Lisa Horton. I rarely do color. I always do black. So we'll see. Probably will stain these, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm just playing with it. Today I'm having fun. I don't know. I'm not all that impressed. But it's just me. Let's see. Another run at it. I still like the crispness and the sharpness of the black, but we'll see. Put some embossing. We'll see how well it takes with the heat embossing. Oh, that's not too bad. Alright, I feel better. That's not too bad, y'all. That looks really nice. I like the green color. Okay. So I'm going to carefully lift this up. And I'm going to just stick this in here till I can clean that off. We'll move this out the way. Move it to the other side. Let's get some clear embossing powder on that before it dries up. I probably should have did the black first, but that's okay. I've got some clear embossing powder in this little coffee Everyone does it differently. I do it this way. Let's make sure I get everything covered, both ends. I'm just making sure I get it all covered. Okay. I think I got most of it off. All right, let's do this. Let's do this then. All right, put that over there. Make sure that's closed because you do not want to have a mess with that. Let me open up this. I should have did this first off camera, but oh well. I'll just plug it up. And this is my Dollar Tree holder, grabby holder thing. Whoa. And I'll put it over here. I'm going to do it on the glass surface because I don't want to warp my mat. So you can kind of sort of see it. I don't really want to warp it. It should take a few minutes. Let's try doing it here. How about that? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. We'll see what it does. Oops. Nope, it just slid out the way. Okay, there we go. We'll see. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm just experimenting here. It may not even work. But you won't know till you try. Oh, I can see it. Oh yeah, it's getting darker. You won't know till you try. So I think it's melting. Because I can see it's getting darker. Just can't see it as good as you can with the black. It's okay. Oh yeah, and I can see it going. I like that blue. Really do. I like that color. You can barely see it turning. So I'm going to make sure I get everything hit again. It doesn't take long. I don't think that part got any love right here. The trick is not to burn it, but you want to make sure. Yeah, you get all of it. I'm here for you. Yay. You can always cut out a strip. I think I'm almost done. Okay, that was Lisa Horton's metallic ink. Something starts with a V. Something greeny. I have no idea. I'll hold it up to the thing. You can see it again. Okay. I don't know if it did anything. I don't even think it took it. Okay. That was an experiment. I don't think it took it. So we'll see the difference. Let's do the black now. Let me clean this off. I can clean this metallic ink off. Let me spritz it with a little water. Just some water. It did do a good job. It did a fine job. It just didn't take the heat embossing. I didn't know if it was or would. Either that or I didn't do enough of it. But It did pretty good. Okay, so I'm just cleaning off the other ink so I can use my tried and true method that I know works. Just watch, make sure I get all of it off. Okay, let's do this one. Yes, I think it's gonna work. This is a little bit longer, but I think it should work. Oh, I gotta redo some things. Let's redo some things. Just got a little bit more room. Spread it out a little. Oh, that's crooked. For real, Brenda? That's how you're gonna lay it down? That's crooked. And it was upside down. So when I finish doing this, I'm gonna heat emboss on this too, but I'm getting just a couple of sentiments ready. Just because you never know. Okay. I guess they don't have to be perfect because I am going to be cutting them out, but there are some grid lines on here that I'm using just to kind of get them. Let's chat soon. That's nice. Let's chat soon. Okay, Brenda, it does not have to be perfect. But I want to get it as straight as possible. It'll just make my life a little easier later on. Okay. Is it going to work? Okay. Yeah, it'll work. Okay. Let's put some anti-static powder on here. That's basically to keep the embossing powder where it's supposed to be, not all over the place. Let's put that back in there. Leave it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's make sure that gets. It's fine. Okay, so this is what I'm using. My tried and true. You can just wipe up a little bit of that before you do that. Oh, I can see I didn't get any right there. Close the door. Rub, rub, rub. Now everything's all wonky, but it's all good. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It will have to be perfect on my other one. I don't know how I got it so far down. It's all good. It's going to make it challenging if I use a sentiment strip. But we'll figure it out. We make a great pair. That would have been great if I could got both of them on there. We'd make a great pair in the middle. That would have been nice. Now you could do this on black cardstock and white ink, and I have that, so I might end up doing that, like the reverse. Okay, don't push down too hard. You don't want to distort it. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me put that to the side real quickly. I'll come back and clean that up. I want to move with a little bit of speed here. And I'm just using what I have in this catch. And this is basically a coffee filter and a Dollar Tree Tupperware sandwich thing. Nothing overly spectacular. So you can kind of tell that it's dulled out the vibrance of the black. And so basically when I do sentiment strips like this or sentiments like this, I tend to do what I'm doing now. I tend to go ahead and do all of them and then have them at the ready. And then I can pull them out of my stash. So I'm just going to gently knock off the rest. And then if you wanted to, you could do another round and keep doing it. And then when you're ready, you can heat them all up. Because once you get the embossing powder on there, then you can just continue to do more until you're ready to heat them up. So, get my grab hands. And let's do this. Let's do it. Usually if I hold it onto the glass mat, but I'm trying not to. And work the work surface. Okay, see that? Oh my God, that's so beautiful. It's like magic. When you melt the embossing powder, oh, that's like magic. It just looks beautiful. It's my favorite way to do sentiments. And I try to, when I'm doing images too, especially if I'm going to do some coloring and inking using my watercolor with my inks. Come on, come on. You make a great pair. Very nice. Very nice. What a way to spend a day crafting. You guys, and no, you can really see it, right? I'm just making sure. I don't want to burn it, but I want to make sure. I have been a little premature in not letting all of the embossing powder melt, so I try to go over it a couple of times. I'm sure it's done, but I'm just making sure. So that's what it looks like, all melted up. Nice little sheen and shine. I don't know if you can see it, because it's kind of, yep, you can see it. There it is. It's kind of shining. And then it's really nice. It's got a little raise to it. So I'm going to set that to the side. So here are my two. This didn't take the embossing. It didn't hold on to it. It's got a little bit. You can feel it. Yeah, it did it. But it's not as dramatic as that. Okay. So that takes care of that. Let me move this out the way. I'm going to hang on to it. Just put it down here. Now let me clean up this. I don't have a small Misty. I just have this big Misty. I don't have the smaller one. I just have this one. This suits my purpose. Okay, let's clean off these stamps. Because you want to take care of your stamps. If you take care of your stamps, they'll take care of you. So all I did was just some water. That's all that is. I have some water on my desk in a spray bottle. And then I have some alcohol in my spray bottle. But I am cleaning off these stamps. Put them in the tray. Let's clean this off. Oops. Okay. Move this out the got my little Altenew mat here. Wrong side. There we go. Let's put this here. And it's been a while since I've done some stenciling. Do I want it to go that way? Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I've got some posties I'm going to use to as a mask. You've seen me do this before. Because I don't want that ink on my... I don't want to get the ink where I don't want it to be. Oh, hold on. It's not all of it on there. Okay, there we go. So I want to make sure I mask off the tag. I don't think I've used this one before. And just make sure I don't get the ink where I don't want it to be. So I'm going to do the stenciling first, and then I'll determine, do I have any white? I don't know what, let me do this really quickly, just to kind of see which is the darker. Okay, so this is, from the cap, this looks like the darkest, so we'll see. I really do need to swatch these out, so that's what I'm going to do after this. That's Ocean Mist, and this is Sea Glass. Okay, so that's Sea Glass, that's Ocean Mist. Okay, that's the darkest, and that's the lighter. Okay. 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 Now I have some of these. I think this will work. This will work. So I've got a paper toweling or a paper towel. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know what's on this brush. So I've got my little alcohol right here. And then I'm going to clean off this brush. Although it's a pretty color on here. I don't know what it is. So again, this is the stencil from day 7. And then these are the little wordy-doos. These over here are from day 11. So see how it cleans off the little thingy bob? So I'm going to use this in between the colors so I can use this one brush. So I'm going to go with Ocean Mist. Again, I've never used these colors like this before, so like I said, I usually use my Altenew. Just doing a really light, just really, really light. I'm going to go over the butterfly really light, right? I'm going to cover the whole thing pretty lightly. Now, if you only had one color, you could do what I'm doing, which is really, really lightly. And then come back and do really intense, like really dig in. Okay. What? Gotta take this call. Let me pause and I'll come back. Okay. That was Willie. So I'm using sea glass. So now for sea glass, I'm going to do like in this inner part, and then I'm going to take the Blue Lagoon and do the outer part, like the tips, but I'm going to concentrate right in the center. And then I'm really pressing down hard. You can use a finer brush, like a more detailed blending brush, but I'm using what I got. Let's do a little bit more color. Do it like that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Put that down there. Let's put a little bit more alcohol on this. Get some of that off. Won't hurt anything, but. And then if I had a more detailed blending brush, do I have one out here? I do. I usually have them with me. I do. Let me use this one. Let me clean it up because I don't know what's on there. It may not be anything, but this is a makeup brush. So, and then I have an even finer one. That one. Should I use that? No, this will be fine. It should be fine. So that is Blue Lagoon. See how that's dark? And I'm really just going to try to concentrate on the tips. Now, if you really wanted to be careful, you could have masked. But I'm just going to stay on the edges. Right in here. I'm going to come down a little more. Oh, I missed that spot. And then I'm going to try to stay in the body. Darken the body up a little. And then right there. Usually I put that on my, right there. Alright, I think I'm done with the beautiful butterfly. Okay, let's see what it looks like. There's no right or wrong. Let me clean this off so I can use it for somebody else. See how that comes right on off? That's what I typically do with these because I just use them for that. And everything comes right on off. So, there we go. Put that away. And actually, I just thought I got a finer one, but it'll work. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see how we did. Oh, isn't that darling? Isn't that sweet? That's sweet. That's really sweet. Look at that. That's really nice. And I got the little dark color of the body, and I think that's gorgeous. Although I missed the part of the tip, but that's fine. So I really like that green. I might just stamp it with that, like tone on tone. I'm here for you. Let's do that, not the black. Let's do that. Let's do that. I really like that. Let me get my Misty. I would use a block, but we're not going to use a block. I really would like to do the block. I'm not going to use the black. I'm going to use that color. That's pretty. So I'm going to put it right here. And if this doesn't feel substantial, I will put another tag behind it. So I'm going to say, I'm here for you. That's the one I want. Okay. Whoop, whoop, okay. Go anywhere. I'm here for you. And look at that. And then I've got to put some jewels around it. I'm going to bling this out. That is so nice. Sometimes just simple is good. Simple is good. See, yep, there's that line right there. So we'll a little faint. And clean it good, but it's good. Then I'll clean my stencil too, because I forgot. Okay, one more time. And you can kind of see the metallic coming through, so. I'm going to go find maybe some pink sequins if I can find any. Maybe I'll go pull that pink sequence, the sequence that came in the one of the days. Purple or whatever color it was. But there you go, folks. I'm here for you. Isn't that darling? And using everything from my stash. I didn't use anything that wasn't in I already had. Nope, that's alcohol. So I'm going to use some water. Clean that up. Alright, clean that up pretty good. Let's make sure. Okay. Set that up there. And let me clean the stencil. Okay. Clean that stencil out. Let's go. Do I have anything? Let's see, what color was it? They're purple. I don't know if it's gonna go with that. Let's see. This was from day 9. I don't know. Put this back up. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know if I like that. No. Nope. 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 I was gonna try to use these in that, but that's not gonna work. We put the stencil back up. Yet to use the big one. I'm here for you. Let me go pull something from my other stash, and then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to finish it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's use, this is the rose confetti. Let's see, put a little in here. So, I think, oh yeah, that's going to be pretty against that. So I want to put a big one here. Okay, Brenda, I didn't grab my ink. I mean, my glue. Where is my glue? I meant to grab it. That's what happens when you get to start cleaning up. I do one. Do I want to do one here? Little bitty here. A medium here. So you can make like a little triangle there. Do one there. Make that like a loose triangle. Kind of like it like that. I think that'll work. I think I want to do one up there. If I do one up there, that's 4. Then I want to do another one by the 5. Okay. I'm not really good at that, but that's what I'm going to do. Here's my glue. Hopefully it'll come out fine. So typically I'll grab it. Oh, there's two. I know I had two. Drop it. Dot. Drop. Okay, perfect. Drop. Dot. Pick up. Drop. Dot. And I usually don't sweat the small stuff. There we go. Got them scattered, but it'll work. Let's put that up. Oh, that is really pretty. That brought a lot of character. There we go. I'm here for you, day 11. So if you're enjoying the series, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm really having a lot of fun with this, and I will see you guys for day 12. We are getting down to the wire. Can't wait.